Oh, hello. Hello, hello,
Hi.
hello.
Hi.
Hi, hi.
Where are you calling from?
I'm from India.
Okay. Are you Sanatani?
Yes, I am Hindu. Yes.
Okay. So, have you been listening to our conversations or have you just joined in?
I've just joined.
Okay. Well, one of the questions that I ask, the path of the Agoris.
Actually here to ask
So,
a question about Islam. Are you answering on that?
yeah, I'll
Or
answer you on that. But let's start with the Agoris and then we move to Islam.
but the Gorish part would never end from what I have observed till now. Whatever little I have heard, and
What's your
I'm not
question
an
about Islam? What's
expert.
your question about
Okay,
Islam?
okay. Thank you, sir. So my question actually is, if we consider that Allah is all-knowing, so He would know everything that He is ever going to do, right? Or that everything that is ever going to happen.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay, okay.
Continue. Continue, Nitya. Continue. Nitya, we can't hear you.
Just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
So, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, Allah knows everything that He's ever going to do. If He wants right now this stream to end, but it is in His knowledge that this stream would not end, then what would happen? Will His will wins or His knowledge? That is my question.
Can you rephrase your question again?
Okay. So basically, because Allah knows everything that He's ever going to do, so He's all knowing. So whatever is
It gets cut off.
We can't hear
right
you.
now.
So yeah, can you just repeat it again from the beginning? Because we missed part of what you said at the end.
Sorry. So since Allah is all knowing, He knows what is ever going to happen. If it is in His knowledge that this stream is going to end, but He wishes it to continue, what would happen? That is my question.
Okay, Allah doesn't do contradictions. What you just say, it's a contradiction, and that doesn't befit Allah. Doesn't befit Allah's Majesty. Contradiction is not one of His attributes. That is
Right,
your
right.
answer.
But great. So basically, because He cannot contradict His knowledge, He would never.
Are you listening to what you're saying?
I think we are having problems listening to you because either you're cutting off or you're not speaking. It looks like you are cutting off.
No, no. What I'm saying is, since Allah cannot do contradictory things, He can never do what is not predetermined in His knowledge, right?
Okay, look, Allah knows what is before it becomes and what will become before
Right.
even it becoming.
Mm-hmm. So
Now,
basically, Allah.
there is no contradiction between the knowledge and the will of Allah. Allah cannot contradict himself because it doesn't befit his majesty. As simple as that. You see, our answer is simple. Now let me ask you about the Agoris.
Can I rebut? Can I question that what you have answered? I have doubts into that. With your
Yeah.
permission.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So. Okay, so what you said is because there can never be a contradiction between Allah's will and Allah's knowledge. What if Allah's will goes different from His knowledge? Are you saying that Allah's will can never go different from His predetermined knowledge?
Allah's will can never be different than his knowledge.
Exactly. So basically, what Allah knows only that is only what He can do. He cannot go against His predetermined knowledge. Basically,
Did
Allah cannot act
you hear
freely.
the answer? It's
I did.
Allah cannot do contradictions. For example, he's not gonna create. He cannot create a rock so big that he can't lift it. For example, you understand?
I do. That is right. That is true. That is impossible, right? What I'm saying is Allah, because He cannot contradict Himself, He cannot ever act against His predetermined infallible knowledge,
You
because
know
He
what
cannot
you're
go
using.
against His knowledge.
Are you listening? What you're using? He cannot act, and that Allah's knowledge
Mhm.
is in line with His will. There can be
Hmm.
no contradictions in there. So I don't know where
Exactly.
it's difficult.
I agree.
Exactly. You agree. You agree. So where is
Mhm.
the problem in there?
The
Why
problem,
would
sir,
Allah
is
go
that
against his knowledge?
His
That's the
will.
question.
No,
He
why
cannot,
would
right?
he have a
Brother, the
knowledge?
question is, why would he go against his knowledge? He's all knowledgeable.
He wouldn't.
So
Hmm.
he knows everything about the future. Okay, he's not limited by time or space. Then
No,
why
he's
would
talking
he?
about the will.
Why
He's
do you
talking
think he will
about the
go
will.
against
The will. He's talking
his?
about
He
the will.
wouldn't. So he cannot act freely. That is my point. He
Okay,
can do only what is there in his knowledge. If he knows this stream is going
no.
to
Hold on,
end,
hold on. There's nothing that
can you
escapes
please
his knowledge.
can
Nothing
you please
escapes his
let me
knowledge.
complete, please, sir? Just this sentence, okay? If it is in his knowledge that this stream is going to end, Allah doesn't have the power to make this stream continue,
Okay,
right?
who made the stream? Who willed for the stream to end?
No, Allah, let's say, wills
You're stuck now.
his stream to end. No, no, what
Who
I'm
willed it?
this is
The
not my
question is,
first language.
who willed it? Who willed the stream to end?
Nobody. Allah actually wants it to
Allah
continue.
did, man.
But
Come on, you don't even
no,
know
Allah
the basics how Allah's will works. Who willed for you to come to this stream? What, the cat's got your tongue now?
No, I think no.
no,
It's
no.
been happening like
Um,
this. It's either he's got someone who is telling him things,
Whatever
or
it is,
it-
let
it-
him
no,
have all
no,
the
no, no, no.
shayateen with him. I don't care. Who willed for you to come to this stream?
I did, but that is not my question. My question is,
No.
if Allah wants it to end,
Wait. Why did you say I did?
you are actually
Why
moving
did
away
you
from
not
the
say
question,
Allah willed for you to come here? Why did you say I did?
because I do not
You
believe
don't
in
know the
Allah.
difference between the will of Allah and the will of the creation. Okay,
So the will
your
of creation is the will of Allah.
your will subsists within the will of Allah.
But that is
You're
not my
making
point.
the
My
choice.
point is,
The choice is yours by your
that is not my
own volition,
question.
by your own will. So the choice is yours, but Allah allows for that choice to materialize. Are you with me?
it's too much for him to
Yeah, I
understand.
think so. He's listening to
No,
somebody
no.
else. You're right.
I think
Yeah, yeah.
no,
Somebody's feeding
no,
him
no,
from the side. Bring him on,
no,
man.
no,
Bring
no.
him on.
I
Whoever it
think
is.
I'm the one. What I'm saying is, I think what you think is, I'm saying we do not have free will. I'm saying Allah doesn't have free will
Okay.
because He cannot act against His knowledge.
Let's rewind back. Looks like it went
I'm not
over your
talking
head
about my free
completely.
will.
Once again, did you come here by your choice or did somebody force you?
I did, but I'm not talking about my free will, sir. I'm talking
Why are you
about
getting
Allah's free
angry?
will.
Calm down, man. Calm down. If you want
I'm
to get
not
angry,
getting.
go somewhere else. Did
I'm
you come
sorry.
here by
You
choice
felt that
or
way.
not? That is a question. Based on your
I
perspective.
did.
Good. Did somebody force you to come here?
You are addressing the wrong question.
No, I'm asking the right question. You need to answer.
I didn't ask about my.
Did someone force you to come here? Were you coerced? Were you at a gunpoint to come here? Or did you make your own choice by your own volition and your will to come here?
What you are explaining me is about my free will. I'm not talking about my free will. I'm talking about Allah's free will.
I want to know whether you understand yourself before you come to understand Allah and His will. Do you understand your own self? That's the question first. I want to make sure that you understand yourself. So once again, did you come here by your own choice and your will, without any coercion, without any force? Did you have the ability to make the choice to come to this stream today?
Mm-hmm.
What or who? Answer. Be confident.
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
Nobody forced you, right?
No.
Good. Now, the second step is this. So I've explained to you about your own will, which you have the choice. So everyone has a choice. Otherwise, you can't be accountable for your deeds. You see what I mean? The reason you're accountable for your deeds, for example, if somebody murders someone by their will, by their choice, by their own volition, then they can be held accountable for murder. You cannot hold God accountable for murder because it was your choice. But the thing is, Allah allowed that to happen in real time. The actualization of that means even though it's your choice, that's why you're accountable for it. But Allah allows it. If Allah willed, He could have stopped it if He wanted. For example, in the case of Ibrahim alayhi salam, do you know the story about Abraham and Nimrod, the king who wanted to burn him? Have you heard the
I
story?
understand. No, but I think
Okay,
you
let
are
me explain
addressing
to
the
you the
wrong
story.
question.
Yes, because
But
the
I
story
didn't.
makes sense.
You don't have to.
let me help him, Hashim.
Asim.
What's Nitya trying to do is this: since God knows something will happen in the future, now can He then change that and do something different? Because what He knows, can He actually have a different outcome? Can we will something differently while He's knowing it? So when
Not we.
wait a second.
Just
When you say
objection.
God
Not
knows
we.
something in the future, 1 second, Nitya. When we say God knows something in the future that will happen, was that His will to happen, or His will was not involved?
Maybe it was His will according to your definition, but basically that would mean that He cannot
Let's
act.
take this slowly. If it
Okay,
was
okay.
His will, something to
Mhm.
happen, like the stream to end, right?
Mhm.
Then you're saying, can He change His will? That's what you're eventually asking. Can God, what He knew in the future it's going to happen, but can He
You'll have to
actually change
differentiate
His
between.
will and the future has a different outcome?
We'll have to differentiate between knowledge and will. Is it is in his knowledge, or is it?
Yeah. But when He knows something, does He actually have this already in His will, or His will totally separate?
I'm asking you, what is it according to Islam? If they both become same, then there is no free will actually, because His will would be already pre-decided, no?
No, because they work together, because He is one God.
I just
Okay, so
explained that to
there's
him.
no
You have a
difference between.
choice, and Allah, with His will, permits that. They
So
both.
imagine.
So I think you need to study the difference between hard determinism, where you have no choice, no will. Okay, everything is predetermined, and you have no say in that. Then there is a soft determinism, where the will, where your free will and determination can coexist. So this is a very simple philosophical understanding between the two. You're stuck in the hard determinism. We Muslims don't believe in hard determinism. Otherwise, nobody's accountable for their sins because it's all determined. They have no choice in it.
Actually, Mansur understood my question properly. So what I'm saying, Mansur, is if it is what to take that Allah's will and His knowledge would become the same, just like His knowledge, His will would also be pre-decided. He cannot against His knowledge. So imagine if there is a cup in front of me, and it is my knowledge that I'm going to pick that cup up, right? But I cannot do anything about it. Basically, I will have to pick that up, right? So
No,
that would
no,
be like a
no. That's where
pre-programmed
you're
robot,
wrong.
now.
So
That's where you're
That would
wrong
be like
because
a
you're saying
pre-programmed
you
robot,
have
right?
to. Listen to this. When you say you
Uh-huh.
have to, you're thinking about hard determinism, that you have no choice in it but to pick it up. So
Exactly.
what you're explaining is hard determinism. Muslims do not believe in that. We believe in a choice which you have and which you agreed already. I've asked you this several times, and you have agreed clearly that yes, you do have a choice to come to this stream, and you came with your own
Hasim,
volition, and nobody forced you. So even you
brother,
yourself has admitted that you have a choice, but the choice is within the will of Allah. Yes, that means, say for example, you wanted to come here, but Allah didn't will for you to come here. Doesn't matter how much you tried, you wouldn't be able to come to the stream. Something or the other will prevent you from coming here. Maybe your internet stopped, or maybe your phone went dead. I don't know what. If Allah doesn't will it, you wouldn't be able to. Do you see what I mean?
but
You have a choice. The choice is within the will of Allah.
I do.
Okay.
But
I think you
actually,
should
that was.
go home and watch this stream because it looks like you're going in circles. You're stuck with hard determinism. Go online tomorrow or today when you have time and search the difference between hard determinism and soft determinism, and it'll make things very clear for you. Okay?
But the problem is, Hasim, Mansur understood my question
I think I
properly.
understood your
I'm
question
a-
as well. You're the one who didn't understand the answer.
No, I
Because you're
did, but
stuck.
it
It looks like you
it's
got a
not the
script
answer to
and
my
you're stuck
question.
with the script. You can't deviate from it.
That
By the way,
actually was
are you a Sanatani?
yes,
He
I
is.
am.
Yes.
You are a
Mhm.
Sanatani. So what do you think? Do you think you have a choice in your religion, or is everything determined for you?
Can we discuss about the Islamic question first?
I think I've already answered the question. How many times do you want me to repeat?
You haven't even answered that
I
question.
have. Go
You
home
are
and watch
answering.
it if you didn't understand it.
You have continuously answered a different question
Okay, which question did
that
I
I
ask?
haven't asked.
Let's see. Let's see if you understood my answer. What did I say?
Okay,
What is my answer?
you said that we.
You didn't understand, did you?
No, it's someone feeding him in there.
No, it
That's
doesn't
what.
matter. He did not understand what I
You
said. That's why I
said that
said, go home.
our will is a subset of the will of Allah, right?
Not
That is what you
subset. I
said
didn't say
from our
subset.
understanding.
I did not
You
say
did
subset. I said subsist.
subsist
Okay.
Allah's will.
Subset and
Okay,
subsist are two different words.
okay.
Use
So
use
I
dictionary to
heard,
know
but
the meaning.
okay.
Okay.
But
So
that
you
is
did
not
not,
my
because
question
you did not
actually.
understand my answer. What I suggest is, when you got free time,
You're saying
rewind
it
this.
again.
Rewind this.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't need
okay.
to repeat myself. This is the third time. If I repeat, it'll be the third time. I'm not wasting my time here. There are people
But
waiting in the back studio. If you haven't understood the answer, I suggest you go home. Sorry, you take your time later on, rewind it, and then watch it again, because the answer is very clear.
the question
As long as you, my
wasn't
friend,
that.
on the day of judgment, Allah is not going to ask you what He had decreed for you. He's going to ask you about your actions. Did you have the choice to obey or disobey Allah? And if you willingly disobeyed Allah, then you will be held accountable for that. You'll be answerable to that. No one in this dunya, neither the Muslims nor the non-Muslims, will be asked about what was written in the decree of Allah, because we don't know that. How can you be asked something about what you don't know? So the only things you'll
Right.
be asked is whether you had the opportunity to obey Allah or to disobey Allah. And if you had the opportunity to obey Allah, why did you deliberately, by your choice, disobey Allah? Once you
Okay.
understand this, then you'll understand that qadar is quite easy to understand, unless you keep, misunderstanding it.
mhm.
Okay,
Can I
so
just take
now
a
for the Hindus, wait, we have explained the Islamic perspective. Tell me about the Hindus. How does karma work?
Topic first. See, I will surely watch this stream again to understand what you have said.
Yeah.
Okay, better. Can
So
you
tell me how
would
karma
you
works.
would
No,
you
no, you're not
would
asking
you
any more questions to
would
us.
you
Now I'm going
would
to
you
ask you
no,
about
it's not a
Hinduism.
question. It's not a question. It's a request actually.
Hmm.
Would you once again what do I say? Watch my questions so that you can understand it better.
I
Because
understood your
what you
question.
answered was not my question. No,
I
you
did
didn't.
understand your question. Like I said, you're stuck with the hard determinism.
Arre,
Okay. By the way, have you understood the difference between the hard determinism and soft determinism? Or you were not
a
listening?
little of what you have explained, but that wasn't my question. The problem is
It
that wasn't
was.
even my
It
question.
was. Okay. I think your main question is about, for example, if Allah decreed something, then can He deviate from that? Am I right?
Yes.
So I did
Yes.
understand your question. Don't tell me I did not understand your question.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that?
Okay.
You see, honestly, Hashim,
I don't think he's paying attention.
he's not paying
If
attention at
Allah
all,
decrees
Hashim.
something, you're saying, can He deviate from that decree of His?
No. What I'm saying is it's not a decree. It is in his knowledge. And can he will against his predetermined knowledge? Because knowledge is
Yeah, that is the
predetermined, right?
decree. His knowledge of the future, his foreknowledge, that is what the decree is.
Can you wait? Can you give me the definition of decree?
Bro, just look it up, man. You got a dictionary?
Okay.
Just
Wait.
look it up.
I'll just look it.
Yeah.
Is it kind of a decision?
It is something which is predetermined.
Something.
Let me just make a quick point here.
Yeah, go
So
on.
basically, look, when God knows something, say tomorrow, something will happen. But what you're not taking into account is this: what will happen tomorrow that He knows in His knowledge is based on His will already, because He wills it to happen. If He didn't will to happen, it will never happen. So they work in tandem together, and that's what you are actually isolating. You are making these two things separate and distinct, as if there's no relation between them. Whatever is going to happen, they happen because of His will. So what happens in the future that he knows, it already happens because of his will. The will is already included. It's not divorced from it. So if you ponder on this, you will see that your question is already, taken care of. I think if you just reflect on that.
Yeah. Okay, so now are you going to answer the question about the karma?
Decree, that does not what decree means actually. I've just searched it, and it is
What
official
does it
order
mean?
issued by a legal authority. That is
No,
what the Google
that
says.
is, you're looking in the judicial definition. I'm talking about the theological definition. So the theological definition
Uh,
of a decree is something that God's predetermined purpose. Okay, that is what a decree is.
okay, so God has predetermined that, or it was predetermined in His knowledge?
Say again.
Did God
I said
determine it?
the decree
Mhm.
of Allah, the will of Allah, our choice, it subsits within the will of Allah. If that makes sense to you, then the whole thing will be clear. But because you don't understand this, I think that is the reason you're struggling between hard and soft determinism. You're stuck with the hard determinism, which I repeatedly told you is not something that the Muslims believe in. Okay? Right. For the last time, I'm asking. If you don't answer, I'll bring somebody else in. How does karma work in Hinduism? Yeah, you're asking your friend? All right, no problem. Study it next time, and maybe you can come back and discuss with us. All right, Nitya, you take care. Goodbye.